Hi, I'm Wolfgang Parker. Some of you may know me as an independent recording artist. For the last 16 years, I've been the singer, songwriter, bass player of the punk swing band Wolfgang Parker. But what many of you may not know is that I'm also a fiction writer. About 5 years ago, an idea popped into my head and it never left. It was the story of a man named Declan James Scurlock. Now, I didn't know much about Scurlock at the time, but the more I thought about his story, the more I became intrigued by it. As years went on, I wrote bits and pieces of the stories and then I put them away. Meanwhile, I changed jobs, I had albums come out, became a published photographer, and I played shows. The Scurlock story kept building, and every time I'd take it out and I'd take a look at it, I'd think, it's not going to be as good as I thought it was, and that never happened. Pretty soon, my little hobby became a full-blown obsession. I began to research the time period in which he lived, researched about his work, and I found myself being led down the back alleys of London's East End. And this 5-year journey is what's brought me here before you. Through Kickstarter.com, I'm offering a unique opportunity to become part of Scurlock's journey into the heart of history's most seductive unsolved mystery.
The year of the 3 8s, a terrible omen indeed. London witnesses the rise of the occult. The summer brings fires that ravage her by the city block, but it is the autumn of terror, the reign of the Ripper, that grips all of England in fear. 8 butchered bodies, a botched investigation, public outrage, and finally political fallout have driven London Metro Police to dire measures when they summoned metaphysician Declan Scurlock to assist in tracking Jack the Ripper. But the trail of the killer leads him into London's occult underworld and thrusts him into the crossfire of a supernatural gang war where men kill by the power their faith grants them, only to find he has no faith of his own.
1888 has taken me 5 years to develop and write. This 170-page full-color graphic novel, for me, has been an exciting and even life-changing process, and I'm determined to see it to its bloody end, and that is where you come in. By backing 1888, you'll be able to share in the process of fleshing out the idea into a script, the script to a sketch, the sketch to an inked illustration, the ink to a colored page, and finally the art becoming part of the story. Whether you have an interest in comic books and you want to see how one's actually created, or if you just love a good story, as a backer, you'll help bring 1888 to life and you'll see every step of the process along the way. To the right is the structure for pledging. It states what you'll receive by backing 1888. Even if you can only pledge $10, you'll be able to watch the book production from beginning to end in our video updates until completion, when you'll receive a PDF version of the book to read. Backers that pledge $20 or more will be listed in the acknowledgments of the book. You'll also have a chance to receive a limited edition print created by our art team, a limited edition print copy of the novel, and even have your name and likeness used in the actual book. That doesn't mean you'll show up in just one panel either. I will be the one to decide where you show up. And rest assured, it'll be a cool part. I mean, how many other opportunities are you going to have to be immortalized in a book as a thug, a prostitute, a madam, or a vagrant? Just think about that. In addition, we have a limited number of slots open to get your hands on some of the original artwork from the book that you are helping to create. For every penny of the pledge money raised, it'll all go to the production of the book. Estimated production time is between 12 and 16 months, and during that time, only backers will be given monthly updates about the production. And this will include art previews, a breakdown of how it works, not to mention insight into the creation of the story and of Scurlock's world. So why pledge? If you want to get into comics, this is a great opportunity to learn how comic creators work in the real world. You'll learn how sequential storytelling works, about the challenges that creative teams face every day in the process of producing a comic book. And the best part is, you'll be part of it. If you've been a fan of the songs that I've written, it's a great chance to allow me the opportunity to build a story without the restrictions of a 2 to 5 minute song. You'll also be helping a group of professional artists tell a story which they have a great deal of passion. For me, I simply want to tell the story because I truly think it is worth telling. But the comic book market these days is tough. And one of the biggest obstacles to any new book coming out on the market is that they're mostly unknown titles with unknown characters. And here is where 1888 actually has a commercial advantage. Because Jack the Ripper is very well known, and we've managed to create a Ripper story with a new twist. Our take hasn't been done before, so we're offering something new wrapped in a kind of classic Victorian horror tale. In fact, check out what these comic book stars had to say about their preview of 1888. I'm confident that we'll be able to find a good home with a publisher and a following for 1888, and this will only be the beginning. This book's the launching point of an ongoing series about Declan Skurlock and his investigations, and it'll begin here with you. If you want to become part of 1888, just click the Back This Project button. You'll be asked to choose your pledge amount and the corresponding reward. From there, you'll go to Amazon's checkout process, and you must have an Amazon account to pledge money. If you don't have an account, it's easy to set up and it'll only take a few minutes. Keep in mind, you must finish the Amazon checkout process for your pledge to be completed. And as of right now, Kickstarter.com does not accept PayPal. Your credit card will not be charged unless we meet or exceed the pledge goal. If we don't meet the pledge goal, no one gets charged. Even if you can only give $10, I think you'll find the process fascinating. Every little bit helps us toward our goal, and I hope you'll join us to bring 1888 the graphic novel to life. Thanks for watching this video and for your consideration, and I'll see you next time on the streets of the East End.